He had more people than
That's who I came to see.
yeah, oh, you did too? Yeah, George
He is here.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah, he and his son came.
Oh, good.
You know from the old days?
Yeah, I know if I met him in Honolulu, 63.
Oh, in the good old days. The real good old days, huh? Yeah.
We always used to say, yeah, but before statehood, it was much better.
Well, I was just talking to his daughter.
Did you?
Yeah. I told her to try and watch it live on
I was saying the same thing.
It's online.
Yeah, I was saying like I was
Trying to find
saying it's
Chuck
wherever
Linnen.
me I the other one. It's like, oh, okay. It's like our people used to do it. It's like, yeah, everyone knows it. Yeah.
This is kind of a big deal.
Good morning, everyone. We are set to go for the number 2011 edition of the Surfers Hall of Fame. We thank you for showing up. We appreciate your patronage. Another exciting summer in Huntington Beach for this event. Across the street, it was a great one yesterday. Walk of Fame, now the Hall of Fame. We are under a time constraint here, which is so unusual when you think about it. It's all about concrete, right, Corky? Corky Carroll, I guess I'm David Stanfield. Here's Corky Carroll. Let's give this man a hand.
Thank you very much. It's all about concrete.
Going into the concrete. So we're going to get going and try to be on time. And first of all, we've got Corky here. We've got all our celebrities, but I'd like to introduce, I believe, Jersey Joe. Mayor Joe Carcio from Huntington Beach. Joe, watch your step. Yeah, you know about concrete.
Quirky. Coming up from Mexico to visit. Cool.
Well, good morning, everybody. Really exciting day here at a premier event in Huntington Beach, the U.S. Surfing, Open Surfing, and the Hall of Fame. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity to speak to you all, you guys. So I would like to welcome everybody here today to the great city of Huntington Beach, Surf City, USA. Home to the 15th annual Hall of Fame ceremony. I'd first like to recognize my colleagues that are in the audience and some of them that aren't in the audience. Mayor Pro Tem Don Hanson, I don't believe that Don is here, and City Council members Connie Portman, Keith Bohr, Devin Dwyer, Matthew Harper, Joe Shaw, as well as our City Attorney Jennifer McGrath, our City Manager Fred Wilson, our Director of Economic Development Stan Smallwitz, our Fire Chief Patrick McIntosh, and our Safety Chief Kyle Linda. So give him a round of applause. Thank you. This is a very special day in many ways, but it's extra special as we welcome to our city Mayor Jean Hay from Manly, Australia. Mayor. This is Mayor Hay's first visit to Huntington Beach and her first visit to the Hall of Fame ceremony in the U.S. Open of Surfing. Manly is only a few minutes from Sydney, Australia. Sydney's the largest city in Australia. Manly was Sydney's seaside resort and Manly has been known for decades as one of Australia's surfing beaches.
Funny, huh?
Manly was incorporated in 1877 and is affectionately referred to as the Village. So welcome, Mayor. It's wonderful to have you on our
What's
city.
that?
I want to congratulate this year's honorees and inductees, Chuck Linnen, Taylor Knox, Simon Anderson, and George Down. Who will be receiving and forever immortalized under the watchful eyes of the Duke on this famed corner of PCH and Main Street. I would also like to congratulate the Surfers Hall of Fame and its staff members for making this event possible. The Surfers Hall of Fame ceremony pays tribute to individuals who have made an indelible mark on the sport, the industry, and the culture of surfing. Millions of visitors to this famous corner literally walk on the footsteps of these superstars and surfing legends. From this humble beginning in 1997 to the major event it is today, the Surfers Hall of Fame will always be something very special to the city of Huntington Beach. As we gather here today at what so many call the epicenter of the surfing world, or the Times Square of surfing, it is time to reflect not only on the greatness of the past, but what will happen now and in the future. Surfing history will continue to be made here in Huntington Beach. The names will change, but the sport will never be compromised. After all, this is the surf capital of the world, Surf City, USA. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to welcome you here today. I've attended this ceremony as a council member for 4 years.
Honor.
And this year I'm so honored and proud to stand here before you as your mayor. Not only do we have 8.5 miles, soon to be 10, of pristine beach, a pier that is second to none, and a diverse Main Street, we are honored to have a special relationship with the surfing community. We are Surf City, USA. So I will leave you with the words of John Kabat-Zinn, who said, "You can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf." God bless all who surf, and God bless Huntington Beach, Surf City, USA. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Mayor. That was inspiring. I'm really happy to be back this year. I was on restriction last year for something I said, but Aaron let me come back this year. And so it's my pleasure to introduce a guy that started surfing on the north side of the pier when he was a little kid. He got a little better, we let him surf on the south side. He grew up here in Huntington, hardcore surfer, an amazing guy, family guy, one of our more successful business guys, but more importantly, a real true hardcore surfer and bitchin' guy, Aaron Pye. Hey, boss.
Good morning. I appreciate everybody coming out this morning, and thanks to Stanfield and Horky Carroll for being the master of ceremonies today. And also, I'd like to welcome the 2011 Surfer Hall of Fame inductees, Chuck Linnen, Taylor Knox, Simon Anderson, and George Downey. And everyone's a special guest here. We have so many special guests here today. Mom, good morning. Mama. Captain Kyle Lindo of the Huntington Beach Lifeguards, good morning. Huntington Beach Junior Lifeguards, thank you very much for coming in today and guarding the circle. Appreciate that. We have a lot of surfing royalty in the crowd. A a lot of world champion surfers, CEOs of companies, surfing companies, and Bob Hurley is someplace out there. So, hello Bob. PT, hello, good morning, right there. The founder of Surfline, right there. Sean Collins. Coach of Huntington Beach High School surf team, Andy Verdone. We have Brett Barnes, owners Dukes and Sandy's, right there. Mr. Tom Holbrook from Quicksilver, right there. Mr. Aloha Spirit, Coach Cam, he just flew in from Hawaii. Steve Tully, I went to college with his brother, Vince Tully. And we won't tell any stories about college today. I hear Derek Hose in the audience someplace, world champion surfer. Tiffany Montgomery from Shopping Surf is someplace else here, out here also. And I saw Bob the Greek Bolin right here. Shirley Ditlock, right there. We have a lot of City of Huntington Beach royalty. Honorable Mayor Joe Carcio, thank you very much for opening up today. Councilmember Keith Moore, right there. Stanley Smallwoods, thank you for attending. Fred Wilson, our city administrator, is right there. Jennifer McGrath, good morning. Patrick McIntosh, good morning. We'd like to welcome the OC Surfer of the Year Awards again this year. And stoked on the Orange County Register. I've been reading the Register for decades. I read it this morning. I read it every morning. Go online now and read it. Great paper. Want to welcome Leland Connolly right there. Senator Davis. Brett Simpson right there. Tony Conrad right there. And back to the Surfers Hall of Fame. Excuse me. Dave Simcox, our good friend right there from the lifeguards. Back to the Surfers Hall of Fame. The Surfers Hall of Fame is styled after the renowned Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. The 2011 inductees joined superstars and legends from several eras, including Laird Hamilton, Lisa Anderson, Tom Curran, Bob Hurley, Rob Machado, Pat O'Connell, Sean Collins, Kelly Slater, P.T., Corky Carroll, Bob Knight, and many more who are already immortalized in cement with handprints, footprints, and signatures. All inductees of the Surfers Hall of Fame have contributed greatly to advance the sport of surfing, whether through their talent, innovation, and or contribution to our culture. Chuck, Taylor, Simon, and George are about to get a little concrete on them. This place becomes more special with every induction, with every month, and every year that goes by. After we are all gone, our kids and their kids will be able to come here and experience a little slice of our surfing culture from years past. Times have changed and moments have passed, and the sport of surfing has kept us stoked and intrigued in many ways. Surfing has an exciting and colorful history and a culture all its own. The Surfers Hall of Fame is a fun way to honor and preserve some of surfing's finest. Today, as friends, family, and fans gather around, we'll hear the amazing stories of Chuck Linnen, Taylor Knox, Simon Anderson, and George Downing as we watch them place their hands and their famous feet into wet cement. We'll also take this opportunity to thank them for their contributions to the surfing world. We truly have the greatest sport on the planet, surfing. Thank you everyone for being a part of this special day. I love you all. We are the Surfers Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Switch mics here. Okay, it's my honor to do this for the first time. Give out the Orange County Surfer of the Year Awards presented from the Orange County Register. And this year, the Surfer of the Year, Male Surfer of the Year, is really not any surprise. A kid that grew up here started out being a hot grum and is now one of the greatest surfers on the planet. He won the U.S. Open 2 years in a row. He's won this a number of times. I don't really have to say much. He's supported by this town probably more than any other local surfer ever. Brett Simpson.
Hi guys, thanks for having me. Just want to say thanks to the OC Register and everyone that supports me. You know, I see a lot of faces that I've been around for a long time, and you know, I really want to congratulate these guys right here: Chuck, Taylor, Simon, and George. It's an amazing feat, you know. And Taylor is the man. You know, from when I was a kid, just idolizing him till now, I get to travel with him. So it's been a cool opportunity, and thank you guys. Appreciate it.
It won't be too long. We'll be getting on these squares too. Female Surfer of the Year. This is not a surprise either. This girl's won this the last, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years. She won the U.S. Open in 2009. She's now one of the great female surfers on the planet, like Brett. We've got two of the best surfers in the world right here living in Orange County at this time. Hot, young, up-and-coming talent, Courtney Conlon. Courtney is sponsored by. Just say hi.
Hey everyone, thank you for everything. I just want to say congratulations to everyone who's being inducted today into the Surfers Hall of Fame, and thank you to everyone who's supported me this year, being my rookie year, and I'm really thankful to Surf City and everything they've done, OC Register, for supporting surfing. So thank you so much, and hope you guys enjoy the induction. Okay.
Thank you, Courtney. Moving right along now, the Rising Star of the Year, Colin Moran. This guy's hot. Shy in person, but a force in the water.
Hi everyone. Yeah, I just want to thank OC Register. Everyone who voted, these guys over here, you guys are the man. My sponsors, my family. Yeah, thank you.
That was perfectly well said. You know, direct to the point. And the Free Surfer of the Year, this is a new category that the Orange County Register came up with this year. This is for a guy that just like, a guy, girl, anything, dog, whatever, that just goes out and wails. Doesn't matter how they do in competition, how they do in school, whatever. It's just free surfing. And this year, a guy that's amazing, Teddy Navarro. This guy rocks.
Yeah, thank you guys for the support, and my family, friends, and congratulations to you guys. Hope everybody has a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I want to get Dave back up there. We're going to start with the inductions of this year's Hall of Fame inductees.
Lose your glasses, Chuck.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Layla and Connolly from the Orange County Register.
People in Hawaii want to see you, Chuck.
Just to allow us to have this contest, and I consider myself one of the luckiest people in the world to be able to cover this community and bring it to the mainstream. But we really wanted to be a part of the community and recognize these outstanding surfers that are amazing, not just for what they do, but you know, for being just nice people too. They're a really big part of this community. So thank you to the other people who supported this contest. There was Get Edges Magazine, a lot of different people that came aboard to support. And Tim Stamps, great shaper, local shaper, made this board. Registration was a little tough this year, so we wanted to give some incentive for people to vote. Doug Palladini actually won this board from Van. But he's in Hawaii surfing, so I think we have some of his team here. We're going to give this board. We just want to thank everybody for voting. We are streaming this live right now on our website, so thanks everybody. And congratulations.
He was born on July 2nd, 1936 to Yvonne Lucille de la Torre at Seaside Hospital in Long Beach, California. His father was in the Navy, based out of Long Beach, his mother a housewife, and there was his brother, Floyd Ernest. He was a good student, played football, basketball, competed in track. After attending Long Beach City College, he was in the U.S. Navy from 1955 to 1960. And then, 1969, from Cal State University in Long Beach, he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree. Then in 1981, he earned his Master's of Arts degree in Education at Azusa Pacific College. The bombing of Pearl Harbor in 1941 had a profound effect on his life. He was only 5 years of age at the time, but like 9/11, things did change. He found himself in Hawaii, and it was only a matter of time that he and his brother Floyd would find themselves a pipe aboard and surf the breaks of Waikiki. He remembers the thrill specifically of the movement of the board with the wave. He had a passion for both surfing and volleyball. He competed in the U.S. VBA six-man competition and was part of the national championship military team for 2 years. As his surfing matured, he was influenced and mentored by some of the greatest names in our sport: Gordy Dwayne, Ron Murray, Lauren Henderson, Bruce Brown, Peter Van Dyke, Dave Francie, Eddie Drawn, George Temple, right over there, and Hobie Alter, who made his first board. His home break was the Huntington Beach Pier, and he contends that if you can ride the pier, you can ride anywhere, including the islands, which he loved. Sunset Beach, Pipeline, Laniakea, Waimea, Aulua. Those were his favorite spots. In the 1960 World Championships held at Makaha, preliminary heats were held in surf 20 to 30 feet. His heat consisted of, believe it or not, a heat, ready for this, guys? 25 people in the lineup. That was the heat. Here comes a solid 25-footer. 25 surfers, 12 would advance. Mayhem in the water. Announcer Mud Warner called the wave. And there he goes, late takeoff. Oh, the late takeoff swallowed him. Oops. He's coming out of the late takeoff. Now he comes into the bowl. Oh, the bowl got him. No, he's coming out of the bowl. Sure enough. An amazing wave, one of his most memorable. 38 out of a possible 40 points he was given. And those world champions, well, he qualified for the semis, and along with other Californian John Peck, and the result, an equal fifth place result, one of his great showings. Putis Rokas, Lima, Peru, 1964 World Championships. Phil Edwards was the head judge and had him winning the title. Unfortunately, there was some odd little international rule that was upended. Then another great event, 1958 Oceanside Invitational, coached by Peter Van Dyke, a great fifth place result. He's had some memorable days like Waimea Bay, 1964, solid 35 feet, Bobby Cloutier, Greg Knoll. These three guys decide to take off. Yes, another late takeoff, macking set wave estimated at 40 feet on the face. He doesn't remember what happens, but he's still alive.
More or less.
More or less. We'll get that story later as soon as he regains some.
President, I'd like to thank everybody being here today. The mayor, honored guests, everybody here, my wife, family members, my fraternity of surfers, they're just everywhere. Graduating class from St. Anthony's High School, my famous friend Dick Graham from International Surf Magazine, my good friend Mike Downey from Fast 80 and we were in Atlantic City for the SP Surf Contest. My good friend Greek, they're here, Julie McGow, everybody's here. I have 2 minutes, like a 2-minute drill. You know, it's Bob Grunisen, George Strimple, Joe Riddick. They're all Billy DeMille. Remember the CMA might help you here. Father Christian Monder and Namia Pate, Thank you very much. So thank you. There. Now I want to go to the past. I want to tell a great story about Mr. George Downing here. The waves at Hauula. Big day at Hauula. We wake up at Sunset Beach and it's 30-foot Kona weather, blown out. So we have about 3 cars. Buzzy, Trent, and Chuck Linnen should never be in the same car together. We're long-winded stories, so we were in separate cars, and I'm telling the story. And surprising enough, they were there first, but Chuck Linnen is still in the residential area, can't find the beach. I finally arrived later, and there they are lined up. Leroy Grass, bless his soul, upstairs, lines up his tripod, his 30-foot cloud break. It takes about 40 minutes to paddle out. It was a big day, solid, and I was out there with Ron Church, says it's time to come in. Out there for 45 minutes. The next day, I had qualified for the semifinals. Didn't qualify for Harshapo for the Winning Sea Surf Club. One more minute. I gotta go here. So, well, we'll talk after that. I'm sorry, here for
You can finish the story in just a minute, but the concrete can't wait. Oh! It only has a couple of minutes.
Hey, Courtney, real quick, this just in, hot off the press. This was written by Andy, Chuck's son, and along with Andy's wife, Denise, Madison, and Drew. And here's what his son says, who is not here today. My dad has been a wonderful influence on my life. He has taught me strength, perseverance, and has given me love and support through good times and bad. My family and I are so proud of him for his accomplishments in surfing and in life. I'm sorry I could not be here with my family to celebrate this special day. He deserves to be recognized as one of the original big wave riders. Chuck was a national surf champion for the NSSA in the Masters, Seniors, and Grandmasters divisions in the 1980s and 90s. One thing about my dad is everyone enjoys having him around. He is positive vibe, far out stories make him very unique. Overall, I'm just glad to say that he is my dad. Congratulations, we love you. We are so proud of you. That is from son Andy, his wife Denise, and the kids, Madison and Drew. There you go, Chuck.
Hi, Chuck. I've known him for almost 55 years. My favorite Chuck story was August day in 1957. It was a big south swell on the south side of the pier. It was the first time I ever surfed a big day at the pier, and I was really scared. I was 10 years old, and I was sitting out there, and I was kind of afraid to take off. This kind of older, cool-looking guy paddled up and goes, you scared? Yeah. And he goes, he took 10 minutes and told me how to shoot the pier. And stuck with me for years and years. And we got to be friends. He later was my piano teacher. He'd show up every night just about dinner time. Hey, you want another piano lesson, Court? Yeah. I'd go, hey, Chuck, you hungry, huh, bro? You know? He'd give me a piano lesson and then get free dinner. One of the great local surfers, Chuck Linnen, and some of the local surfers here that I know have other Chuck Linnen stories. I'd like to say a little something about him. One is Jericho Poplar, former Women's World Surfer Champion. You say a word or two about Chuck?
Oh, Chuck. Hey, he's been a coach to many of us kids growing up, and we're so proud of him. He's always there for us on the beach, showing us how to do it. And a long time before surfing, we worked out or stretched or did anything. Chuck was down there running on the sand with his buddies, and a lot of teachers here that are friends of Chuck's. I know they'd like to say something, but he is my coach, and I love him very much. Congratulations, Chuck.
Thank you, Jericho. Really good to see you. Sorry I missed you last week. You were down. I was in Hawaii. But anyway, another good friend of Chuck's and another long time cohort and former publisher, editor, I don't know, Surfing Magazine founder, one of the icons in our sport, Dick Richard Graham.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here and support Chuck. And I'm part of his old stories of, well, one time we were at one of those one of those contests we were talking about, and Chuck says, "Oh, I see you got a car. Can I get a ride over on the North Shore?" So yeah, get in, Chuck. I see you got a house. You know, you got a plan. And so we spent a couple of winters. He told me he was going to do a rerun of last year's speech, and I had Chuck in the car and spent a lot of time at Pupukea. And you know, all the stories being told about Chuck, they're all true. The most positive, energetic guy I've ever been around, and I've appreciated his friendship and many more, Chuck. Take care, brother.
Thank you, Dick. Another guy who I'm really happy to see here today. A lot of you younger people probably don't know this name, but when I was a little kid, one of the great surfers in our area, one of the all-time best surfers from California, who's here today, the Don Juan of Leisure World, George Strimple. George, can you say a word or two about Chuck?
Well, I've always liked Chuck, and well, I remember when Gordy and I had the surf shop down here. Chuck started surfing. That was 1958, and he'd go out no matter what. Hot, cold, windy, not windy, big waves, small waves, and it turned out to be great. So thank you very much.
Hey, George.
Thank you, George.
Hey, George, I got a story about George right there. Now, where I grew up, George was one of the heroes out in front of the lineup, and he was like Hercules out there. When Bolsa Chica started charging people to go to the beach, I remember he was just like $5 to get in. He would try to count the waves he caught and equal that by the $5. So I mean, you know, well, how was the surf? Well, I got 25 cents a wave. Classic Scrimple. Well, here's the moment of truth.
Ah, this is the part where he puts his hands in Aaron Pop. Another one of our local stars, the guy that started Surfline, the guy I check every morning to make sure the surf's get out in front of my house before I look at it, Sean Collins.
Hey, Corky. I'm just going to repeat what Jericho said, that, you know, we grew up learning how to surf out in Long Beach in the early 60s out in front of